I definitely suffered from a little bit of culture shock. I remember flying over Mexico City. It's the biggest city in the world, and just thinking, oh my gosh, I have to teach all these people. There's just hills and hills of just houses, and the houses there are stuck together. There's not like a lawn, like space. Like it's just in 2 or 3 blocks, you have 1,000 people living there. So it was definitely really overwhelming. So I got there. The secretaries picked us up from the airport, and then we drove over to the mission home where we had interviews with the president. I met up with my president, and then we went and slept over night at the offices, which were in a different mission. They were in the East Mission, so quite far away from where we lived. The president lived super far away. And then the next morning, we had changes meeting, so we went and I got assigned to my trainer. We had training that morning by the president to teach us how to teach and stuff like that. And then I just got thrown into Mexico. It was really strange because I didn't speak. I got a Mexican companion who didn't speak anything of English. I don't think he even knows how to say hi. And so I was just remember my first area. I was walking around him, and all of our appointments, of course, fell through. We had nothing to do, so I was just walking around thinking, why are we walking so much? Why aren't we doing anything? I'm supposed to talk to people on the street. I didn't know. And then the sister that was supposed to cook us lunch forgot, and so my core companion had no idea what an American person ate, so he just bought me like 3 hot dogs from this vendor on the street. I was like, okay, I'll eat all of these, I guess. It was super weird. My first meal in Mexico City was Kentucky Fried Chicken, and then I had hot dogs. So I didn't really have Mexican food for a while. And then, yeah, so I did my best. I think we visited just some members, and they gave me some food. And then the morning, I remember waking up that morning at 6:30, this loud blaring trumpet Mexican music started playing. I look over and my companion's on the floor doing sit-ups, and the first thought I was like, oh my gosh, I'm in Mexico. I couldn't believe it. I was like, what is this music? What am I'm supposed to work out? I don't know. Like, it was super uncomfortable. So transitioning was pretty hard. Almost all American elders, when you get to Mexico, have a hard time with the food. It took me probably 3 months to not get constantly sick. Probably 6 months to get like used to the food. So I remember the first week we had P-Day, I went to the store and bought a huge gallon of milk and had like 4 bowls of Frosted Flakes. And then for like a week, I was just sick to my stomach. I was throwing up and diarrhea, and they call it the 360. It's pretty gross. You are throwing up and turning around, and it's, yeah, I'm not going to go into too much detail there. But get ready for some super hot and super intense food. It's delicious. Mexico City has the best food in the world, probably. I got fed super well every day. It's weird there. Their main meal is lunch. So we would wake up, we'd make our own breakfast, which was usually, once I got used to things, I would make eggs and chorizo, and I would eat it with the tortilla and some beans. It was super good. And then lunch, they would just feed us like 4 plates of food, and when you didn't want to eat, you'd have to keep eating, and it was just too much. And then there wasn't dinner. You're so full by dinner, you didn't really eat. And at night, you'd have like a bread and some milk or something. But yeah, the food is very, very hot, so it was hard to get used to. But after a while, I fell in love with it. So